Hey, it's Bob Nagin, and if those pesky donation requests are driving you crazy, this episode of Real Retail TV is for you. When I had my retail business, the sheer quantity of donation requests absolutely drove me crazy. I mean, it wasn't just my local organizations that wanted money, wanted me to cut a check or wanted me to donate merchandise. I found that I was getting requests from 30, 40, 50 miles away from organizations I didn't know. But, they were just foot soldiers for the cause, right? They were trying to raise money for a cause they believed in, and they were walking up and down the streets and talking to everyone. God bless them, right? They were doing something worthwhile. And although I always did something back then, since then, Susan and I have created a group of strategies that you can use, and they all fall under the umbrella of whiz bang cause marketing. And now you are going to learn how to use whiz bang cause marketing to build a buzz in your community. You do good things for your community, to actually do good work, do good things for your community, to get new customers, to build loyalty from your existing customers, and of course, increase your sales. So a donation is a one-way thing, right? Somebody comes in and they ask for money and you write them a check and it goes away. And sometimes that money will come back to you. You might acquire a new customer or two, or the person you gave the check to might be a current customer and they become more loyal, more enthusiastic about being part of your community. But really, donating money to a cause, although it's a wonderful thing, it is not a good use of your business's money. It is not a good investment in your marketing. However, whiz bang cause marketing is a tremendous investment in your business. So a donation is one way. Whiz bang cause marketing is two ways. What you do with whiz bang cause marketing is whenever anybody makes a donation request, you enter into a partnership. And the partnership works like this. If they send you their supporters or their members, and their members spend money with you, a percentage of the sales that are generated by those supporters go back to the organization. Right? So there is a partnership. If they send you people and they spend money, you write them a big check. It's beautiful. If they don't do any work, if they don't send you any people, if they don't spend any money, you're not out anything. So it is a true partnership. And by the way, I have written some big checks and I have seen some very, very, very large checks written. But when you write a cause marketing check, you can do it joyfully. It's not money going out the door. It is a return for money that has already come in the door. So the bigger the check, the more sales you have generated through your partnership with this organization. So let's talk about a couple of possible ways that you can use cause marketing. So somebody comes into your store and asks for a donation. The first thing and the most beautiful thing is you don't have to say, you don't have to give them that lame lie that I know a lot of you are giving them, that I'm sorry, my donation budget has already been filled. They know you're stretching the truth. No, they know you're lying. You know you're lying. Everybody knows you're lying, but they're used to it, right? They're foot soldiers for the cause. They're going to go on to the next place. And you don't need to do that. So here's what you say now. You say, I'm sorry, I'm no longer giving cash donations, but let's talk about how we can make a lot of money for your organization, right? How about that? Let's talk about, no, I'm not going to give you any money, but if you do some work, I'm going to give you a lot of money. So you have automatically at that moment separated the wheat from the chaff. You have separated the people who just want the check from the people who are willing to work with you to get the money. So you have now entered into a partnership. They say yes, you have a partnership. So what are some of the things that you can do? Again, so this idea of partnering with local organizations isn't anything new. But the reason we call it whiz-bang cause marketing is because it's a whole suite of possibilities. It's a whole, there's so many things that you can do to work with these organizations and build your business. So it's not just let's just enter into a relationship. It's a number of ways to work with the organization. So the first thing that you can do is you can just have a time frame and you give a percentage of the sales generated by the supporters of the organization back to the organization. So pre-pandemic, the idea was to always have a party, an after-hours party. And so then they would drive their members into the party and you would serve them wine and cheese or cookies and donuts or whatever you'd serve them. You'd have a fun party together. Their supporters would spend money. And again, you're giving a percentage of the sales back to the organization. So everybody's spending a lot of money to support the organization. And at the end of the party, you added up your receipts for that party. Not the whole day, just during that time frame, and you cut a check. We can't have big crowds in our stores right now, so you could do the same thing, but you would have to stretch it out. What you would have to do is you'd have to change it a little bit and give gift certificates to the organization and coupon codes to the organization to give to their members. So the members would give, say, a $5 gift certificate to all of their support. The organization would give a $5, $10, whatever number works for you, gift certificate to their supporters. When their supporters came in and used that gift certificate, a percentage of the sale minus the amount of the gift certificate would go back to the organization. So rather than having a party, you would stretch it out. You would say during 1 week, a 1 week time frame is really good. That is the week that you are supporting the Humane Society. Now, because a lot of people don't want to shop in store, and because we're working hard to create this omni-experiential retail dynamic, what you would do is you could also say to your partner organization, or you can send them to our website, and if they use coupon code Humane Society, we'll know they came from you, and we will gladly donate a percentage of the sales back to the Humane Society. So that's one way, just a simple time-bound effort, and a percentage of the sale goes back to the organization. Now, common question is, what percentage is the right percentage? And in general, I don't know the answer. I don't know your margins. But assuming that you're working around 50 or 55%, I think that 20% is a great number. Now, you might be going, I don't want to give away 20% of my sales, but here's what I want to suggest to you. That 20% is a number that looks and feels generous. So 20% is going to move more people to action, is going to generate more sales, and you will acquire new customers this way. And this is so important. When you acquire a new customer, you're not making a sale, you're acquiring a customer and their lifetime value. If you're good and you're watching this, so I'm assuming you're good, somebody doesn't shop with you once. They come into your store, they love what they saw, they love the experience they had, and they come back in again and again and again and again. So don't be cheap is my operative advice there. I don't know the right answer for you, but don't be cheap. So another way to do it is to do a flat out endorsed mailing. And so what is an endorsed mailing? An endorsed mailing is when that group sends out the gift certificate with a letter and the coupon code. And, so it goes out in a mailing. So the first strategy the first effort we talked about could be that they would just hand out, they would, maybe send an email or two, but this is much more strategic. This is a standalone letter in the organizations. I'm going to just use the Humane Society. So it's on Humane Society letterhead. It comes in the Humane Society envelope, and it says, you really got to go to Bob's Pet Store. Bob is really stepping up to help us in these hard times. 20% of your sales 20% of the sales of your sale, whether it's in store or online, are going to come back. Please make sure that you support Bob and, spend a lot of money. We need the money. So that's how that works. An endorsed mailing is, again, it's the gift certificate, it's everything, and it's a standalone mailing. Now, another thing that you can do is you can rotate through the organizations that you want to support. So Misha Seto is a Platinum Mastermind Group member. She's part of the Retail Marketing Club. She is a tremendous marketer, and she does lives 5 days a week, social selling live 5 days a week. And what Misha does is every Tuesday, which was her slowest day on her live sales, she gives a percentage of her sales from that live to a different organization in her community. So she's rotating it. It's only on 2, but you see what's happened now? All of a sudden, Misha is embedding herself in her community. She is supporting 52 different local nonprofit organizations. So this is a great way for you to start thinking about it. How can you do it just with the people who make a donation request, but ask yourself, how can I be really proactive about building, about helping my community? Which leads to the next cause marketing effort that I'm going to share with you. And it's what we call a multi-partner event. So you could have a weekend where you would get as many local nonprofit partners as possible. Let's say you found 20 local nonprofits, people in your community that you wanted to help. And during that weekend, everybody who shopped with you got to choose who they wanted the percentage of the sale to go to. So if I came into your store and I was given a list of 20 different people, and I would say, oh, okay, I want to support the People Center. I would, put an X by the People Center. They would put the amount of my sale down, and I know that I got to choose where the money that came from my support went. Now, let's take it one step farther. So all of a sudden, I have Bob's Boutique celebrates Grand Haven Day, and I've got 20 different local nonprofits all sending their members into my store to shop, to support those causes. Works like a charm. Now let's take it one step farther. You can have multi-partner, multi-store events. Downtown Traverse City still does this once a year. We did it here in Grand Haven for several years with the different school foundations. So I'll just use what Traverse City does. Traverse City, Michigan, they go and they have Downtown celebrates Traverse City Day, and it's typically the Saturday before Thanksgiving. A percentage of the sale that is generated on that day with any local merchants goes back to the organization. So Traverse City has 50, count them, 50 organizations sending their members downtown to shop before the holiday season starts. And again, when people come in, they get to choose where the money goes. Brilliant. works like a charm. You see what I'm saying to you here? Do you see how much opportunity you have to do great work in your communities? So the final thing that I want to share with you is, if you've been, not too many people are on planes these days, but back in the day when we all used to fly, if you went into any of the stores in an airport, they would always try to add on something for, usually it was servicemen. Would you like to donate a toothpaste to this, that we're going to send to, our soldiers overseas? So what they were doing was they were adding on for a cause. So now, what can you sell as an add-on that you can give to a local organization? I'll just give you an example. If I had an outdoor store, I would ask people if they wanted to either buy a pair of socks or donate to a fund that they would buy socks. Homeless people, socks is the number one thing that they need. So do you see what you're doing? You're adding on to the sale to contribute to a cause. This works really, really well. And again, you get an opportunity to do good work in the world, and this is what we get to do as independent retail business owners. So all of these are ways that you can use whiz-bang cause marketing to do good work in the world, to acquire new customers and to make more sales. But the final thing that I want to say is, be sure you toot your horn. So by all means, when you write a check, or when you decide to do it, when you go into a partnership with a local organization, or write a press release. If you have a successful cause marketing event, get one of those big dry erase checks and send them with a picture, grip and grin. Here's a picture of Bob and the president of the Humane Society. Bob's boutique Bob's pet store is donating $784.33 to the Humane Society. So toot your own horn, get the publicity from it. It all works like a charm. So a couple of things. If you want to know more about, if you want to go a lot deeper than I went today in cause marketing, there is an in-depth treatment of whiz-bang cause marketing in the Retail Mastery System. There are instructions on how to write a great press release in the Retail Mastery System. There is a fill in the blanks, paint by numbers case study of a cause marketing event that Susan did. It really is cut and paste. And of course, we have the Retail Marketing Club, which is the best marketing club group for independent retailers anywhere. So if you're interested in building your business in innovative ways, make sure that you consider investing in the Retail Mastery System. You should join the Retail Marketing Club. But again, don't let those pesky donation requests get you down. Understand and use cause marketing and turn those requests into, again, buzz, goodwill, new customers, loyalty, and money in the bank. I hope that you found this helpful. If you're doing anything interesting with cause marketing, if you have any questions, by all means, put them down in the comments below. I'm Bob Nagin, and we'll talk to you next week.